Yeah, and the tape's rolling. Cat Blocksworthy. Just Cat is fine. Nerdy Cat Girl who features spaceflight. May 4th. Older than Pneumatic. Transgender female. 4'11". Sacramento County. Dialogue hair clip. Yeah, what's up, Dad? Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Thank you for joining me. Bye. None at present. Catlight feed. Cat pics. Cat's apprentices. Iris Indigo. Vintage computers and video. Technology. I love you. Ethnic foods. Craft soda. Pizza 10. Planet. Left 4 Dead 2. Classic rock. Human stupidity. Spacefaring people. ISS crew interview. Thanks so much for your support and a final status check.
Go Atlas.
Go Centaur.
Go Catfox.
You have permission to launch.
3, 2, 1. RD-180 ignition, booster ignition, and liftoff of Atlas V and Centaur. Good early afternoon on the West Coast and mid-afternoon on the East Coast. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Cat Flocksworthy here, just running some real quick tests here because we have a big stream tomorrow. Notably, another one in the series of ordinary people leaving the, oh shucks, I can't remember the surly bonds of gravity, as it were. So basically going just past the Kármán line and into space. Tomorrow we have New Shepard NS-15 launching tomorrow. We have with the crew containing Jeff Bezos, the founder of Blue Origin, along with his younger brother Mark, and then there are 2 people along with them. One is from the Apollo 13 program of several female astronauts, making her the oldest astronaut ever to go into space at 82. And another guy at the tender age of 18, making him the youngest. So this will break a record big time on this flight here. So and also another thing I'm also testing is how I'm going to have to deal with chat, because now that everything's on 2 different computers and the streaming the start streaming button is not on the computer I'm at. Because right now, the way that's working right now, the computer I'm actually streaming from is across the room from me. And in order to actually press the button and start, I have an RDP session open from this desktop over to the other one. And basically, I've got a full set of controls over there too. So what I really wish I had was the ability to control both from the same control surface, as it were. So I could say, okay, when I start streaming from the other, I mean, right now I've got several scenes on the other, which include one that says, like you said, waiting for Studio Link to come up. And of course, I put it up, and that brings up the main screen that says that has the countdown going. So anyway, that is working as it oughta. It's going to be a little more tedious, but basically what happened was this was born out of the necessity to reduce the load on this computer, because it was playing the game, getting captured, getting encoded, as well as being composited into a scene, and then encoded and then sent out to the internet. So it apparently was getting a little too much for the machine. So I figured, if nothing else, I might as well stick with this setup for a while, because basically that will guarantee that I'm not gonna overwhelm the machine I'm sitting at, the one that I'm actually be playing the games at, the one that's going to be taxing the GPU the hardest. Basically, this machine is like a Ryzen 7 1700X, 8-core, 16-thread. The other machine is an older classic. It's an 810 7850 FM2 socket chip, using the Godavari core, and I'm also using an RX 550. Stock OBS does not see the card, so it won't do anything like that, but I put StreamFX on there, and I tell it to use its FFmpeg, and apparently it will use, I'm not sure if it actually sees anything on this card or not, but it seems to be working. I tried it last Saturday when I was playing with my friends on the TF2 server over at the Victory Pit. So, and I played that thing for 5 hours straight, so we'll see. One of the things I'm probably going to do is keep the quality settings I've got right now for tonight, and then bump the resolution up for Black Mesa, and hopefully we can get through the very end of the game without crashing my machine. So we will see on that. And on top of that, this is my first test stream of doing the 2 PC setup, only this time the streaming service is YouTube instead of Twitch. So we shall see. In the meantime, hope everybody's having a good day, and so that's what's going on. Is tomorrow's the launch of New Shepard NS15, and then on Tuesday, back on Twitch, I will cover Roscosmos's launch of MLM Nauka, MLM standing for Multipurpose Laboratory Module. Nauka will be atop a Proton M rocket, be launching from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, so you won't want to miss that. So, because this will be my first ever Proton launch, and this one is also, unlike all the other ones, which use either liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen, or liquid methane, liquid oxygen, or RP1 and liquid oxygen, this one uses unsymmetrical dimethylhydrazine, or UDMH for short, and dinitrogen tetroxide, or sometimes called just plain nitrogen tetroxide, which is a hypergolic bipropellant, meaning when you take the two components and bring them in contact with each other, they spontaneously ignite. And that's one of the reasons why they're used in RCS thrusters. But it's not used by NASA doesn't use it. Neither does a whole bunch of other private companies, because both those components are extremely toxic. Both are likely also carcinogenic, and in the case of dinitrogen tetroxide, it is very, very corrosive because it is a very strong oxidizer as well. One other alternate that they sometimes use is what is called RFNA, or red fuming nitric acid, which it's a mixture of nitric acid and dinitrogen tetroxide. So anyway, and that's also a pretty nasty thing, and that was also implicated in the Nedeline disaster, which killed the eponymous Mitrofan Nedeline, who was a field marshal of the Soviet Union at the time. So anyway, just wanted making sure that everything's working, so I will be reviewing the footage a little bit later. So in any event, I wanted to at least make sure that everything was working. So in the meantime, thank you for joining me if you happen to be here. If not, no big deal. This is just a test stream, and if things go scuff, big effing deal. That's the idea about these things. So in the meantime, hope to catch you soon. I will be streaming later tonight to, like I said, wrap up Black Mesa once and for all. I might play something else once it's done. I don't know. We shall see. It is the endgame chapter. I finally managed to beat Nihilanth last Friday, but then the machine crashed twice, maybe 3 times. I forget. I don't care anymore. That's one of the reasons why I'm on this setup now. In any event, I'll talk to you soon, and I hopefully will see you tonight. Bye.